You either is or you ain't. You do or you don't. You can or you can't. Or you will or you won't. Either way, baby, a good man, well, he's hard to find. Welcome to the One More for the Good Guys podcast, where good guys gather to shed light on the good life, the people, and the good things that make it that way. I'm Mike McGill with my co-host, Jamie Akins. Now, raise your glass, lend us your ear, and let's have one more for the good guys. You either is or you ain't. You do or you don't. You can or you can't. Or you will or you won't. Either way, baby. Hey, everybody, McGill Billy here.
Hey, and I'm Jamie.
Welcome back to One More for the Good Guys. Today we came up with a little thing, just kind of off the spur of the moment and off the cuff, if you will. And I have no idea what Jamie's going to say. He has no idea what I'm going to say.
Which is usually the case.
Yeah. But we're going to offer, I guess, a little glimpse of Meet the Good Guys and just kind of a lightning. It's the first thing that comes to your mind when somebody asks you about da-da-da.
Yeah.
So, you want to start this out, or you want
Sure,
me
we
to
made
start
a list
this out?
here, and we're probably going to go into this more in depth, but this is going to be our lightning round, kind of a quid pro quo back and forth. And we're just going to name some stuff and give you a chance to meet us and kind of know more about us and how crazy we really are. Okay, so if I say wrestlers, who you got? What's coming to your mind?
Well, I mean,
Let's just say you
not that I agree with anything that's a lot of the shit he's going on with today, but I mean, there's only one. It's the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to say just off the top of my head, Hulk Hogan, because that's the one I remember as a kid. That's the first one. That's what got me started.
Yeah, they're kind of in the same boat these days.
They really are.
They both lost their fucking minds. Oh, okay. Well, what about favorite actor?
Oh, easy. Robert Duvall.
Robert Duvall.
Not even close.
Very good. Very good. That's a good one. I'd have to say Jeff Bridges.
Oh man, golly. We talked about that new show, man.
Yeah, the old man.
Oh, the old man. If you haven't seen that, watch it.
Yeah, on
season
FX,
2's coming. It's got John Lithgow in it too.
Yeah,
it's great.
Another great.
Oh
actor.
Yeah, it could be in anybody's list. Okay,
character and or otherwise.
Yeah, Harry and the Hendersons, all the way to what's that one where the mountains? Oh, I can't even remember it. The one with Stallone in it, where they're
Cliffhanger.
Yeah,
that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, it was. Okay, so
Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh,
yeah,
that's great. The top sporting moment. What's the biggest, the one you remember the most?
2016 World Series.
Oh, well, okay.
I mean, that was a big one. Cubs hadn't won it in 108 years. I had gotten to take many baseball trips that year, and Wrigley was one of the places I got to go on my birthday.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty good, that would be right there.
I think for me, if you just say, Jamie, what's the one you remember most? It's probably the year that Mattingly hit 6 Grand Slams. Mattingly's my favorite player, and never hit a Grand Slam before or after that. That one season, that's all he's had. He's got 6 total.
Really?
Yeah.
And still couldn't get Steinbrenner to sign him to a fucking contract.
Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. So that's, there's so many, but that one really, as a kid, man, I was waiting to see that next home run. So.
Yeah. Beer.
Miller Lite, man.
Miller Lite.
That's my one I got to have. Don't get started with that craft beer shit. Yeah, it's my choice. Okay. Go ahead. Beer.
Well, if he could get any more, I mean, obviously, I think about Schlitz. Because when you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
Top selling beer until 1950 in the United States.
Yeah.
Schlitz.
Top selling in the world for.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that equaled the world at the same time. Albums.
Oh, golly.
No preparation except
the first thing that came, literally the first thing I thought of, honest to goodness, was Thriller.
That's what I was going to say.
Were you really?
Yeah.
But when you said that, that's just honestly the first thing that.
Well, it's the first time we were kind of exposed to an album,
It's where you were old enough to go out and buy it yourself and spend your money and blah, blah, da, 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 da.
I had it, the LP. But
yeah, I did too. Let's see. Sporting events.
Oh, man, that's World Series. Easy for me.
Yeah.
Masters is right behind it, but World Series. Man.
Yeah. I'd have to say the Masters.
Yeah. It's hard to.
I get geared up a week before it's time for it to come on. I start watching I start with 86 and Jack winning it.
Yeah.
And I YouTube it and I watch all 3 rounds of it, or actually I should say all 3 rounds, but I'll watch the final round of 86 and 91 when Boom Boom won and, on and so on and so forth.
The 86 Masters was my first golf memory that I can remember. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, because, Jack Nicklaus is a big deal to our dad's generation. Right?
Absolutely.
And, man, he won it. I think he's 46 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I can still see that putt. And he, that's a great one right there.
I remember the call with Kim Venturi on, I forget which one it was, but I think it was maybe 15, which don't get a lot of action, but he hit that 1 iron from the sun to the green and made the eagle putt. And Kim Venturi said, the bear has just came out of hibernation. I was like, holy shit, what a call.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Right into the next one. Top golfers.
Oh, man. The first one I think about that comes to my mind is, as a kid and being really influential and starting to play and watching the game and, all of it was just Freddie Couples.
Oh, yeah.
I loved everything about. I went out and bought Max Fly hats. Everything I could.
And he won it in 91. Right?
Yes, I believe that's right. 91, I believe.
For me, it's got to be Jack still. Tiger, I was on the Tiger bandwagon for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Before that, I've got Jack's illustrated book. I think it's called something T. I don't remember. It's great. And that's how I learned to grip and all that. Yeah. So Jack Nicklaus for me.
I still, before I tee off, Jack had this thing when he addressed the ball right before he took the club back. He turned his head and looked at it I still do that to this day but
he talks about that in the book too. What he's doing, he's looking at the front of the ball. He's turned where he's looking at the striking area of the ball, not the rest of it. So that's great.
No doubt about it. Jack was the man. Where are we at here?
8, I guess.
Yeah, Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, man. Probably I gotta put 2 on this list. I have thought of them simultaneously. Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, and the Dungeons and Dragons one.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What a fucking putz. Oh, for me, Tom and Jerry.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that was just such a classic.
I still love them.
Yeah. And I've seen there's a bunch of those on Tubi. If you're out there looking for some free TV, you can stream. Tubi's got a lot of really good stuff on it.
It really does, man.
Yeah.
Freebie's another one. That's Amazon's version. It's free. That's the name. It's got a lot of that stuff. Okay. Muscle cars.
Ooh.
We did one on cars or dream cars, but specifically muscle cars. That for me means from about 1965 through about 79.
Yeah. Muscle car, man. Oh, man. I've already lost the first thing. I'd have to say Mustang. Or, probably Plymouth, maybe. I don't know. Dodge.
1970 Chevelle Super Sport. That was on my dream car list too, but yeah.
That was and they were on the kind of the muscle car. Whole thing was kind of on the way out then.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
All right. So
candy bars.
Snickers.
Yeah.
Easy.
I'd have to say Snickers.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit's a close second, but I can whatchamacallit now. They came out when I was little. That was a big deal. Whatchamacallit.
Yeah. Snickers though, probably. I don't hardly ever buy one anymore, but if I was at a store, if I just went in a gas station, I was like, man, I just need.
Yeah.
I'd totally grab a Snickers first thing.
A couple little trivia points there. It's the number one selling candy in the world, Snickers. Number one selling candy bar. Named after, I think one of the Mars brothers' daughter's horse.
Really?
Snickers. I believe that's great case. Candy bars, man. All right, NASCAR drivers. Here's where the rubber meets the road.
Well, my dad, I grew up, he was a Ford man. You didn't watch racing and pull for anything other than anybody.
That's the good old days, buddy, with those lines drawn.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd have to say, I'm going to have to say, obviously one of the biggest ones was Davey Allison for me.
Yeah.
But I would have to say, probably Bobby as well.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
The Allisons were, he drove the High Life. He drove the 22 High Life,
Yeah. If you're going to pull for a Ford, that's the one. But there's only one NASCAR driver, and that's number 3, which you well know, Dale Earnhardt. So, and it's not Dale Earnhardt Sr. That's what he said. It's Dale Earnhardt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Movie themes.
Movie themes. I got 2. Same guy. Star Wars theme for sure. And probably the Superman theme. Both John Williams, but he had a little run there, didn't he? Like a 40-year run.
Yeah.
That's my favorite ones. I like the Jurassic Park one too.
Yeah.
And I felt like that, that's a memorable one. Yeah, John Williams, anything John Williams. Really.
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is ding 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 ding. James Bond, man.
Oh yeah.
That
Peter Gunn. Right? And no, Peter Gunn.
Peter Gunn. Listen, you already pissed me off with Earnhardt on this bullshit.
Hey.
Let's just don't even talk about whatever.
You got a trump card, you play it.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. Well,
black 3. Yeah.
There's my trump card. I happen to have 2 of them. Fuck this guy.
Okay, so.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Stand-up comedians.
I'm going to show my age here, but.
I know who you're going to say. I know who's going to say.
Don Rickles.
Oh, God, I didn't know that was who you're going to say.
Yeah. That's just.
Oh, so good. And in an era where it was clean, pretty much,
wow,
too.
Yeah. Why don't you eat a hockey puck? Remember that one?
For me, it's got to be Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Man. So many great ones. And there's some great ones now. It's kind of a resurgence of comedy stand-up here lately. But for me, it's Pryor for sure.
Yeah. We could say Eddie Murphy as well. Because that was right in our formative years of being, again,
delirious,
buying stuff with your own money, having the freedom to listen to it on your own time.
Yeah.
Seeing
that VHS cover with Delirious
Yeah.
and him in that red leather suit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't it red?
Norton,
It was red, and then he came back.
I know that you know that I know. Yeah, it was red. And then the other one was
black.
purple, wasn't it?
May have been. I think it was purple.
Raw was
Raw.
red, and Delirious was, I think he was in purple or something like that. Or,
Yeah, or vice versa.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Oh man! So
But I find myself going back on YouTube and watching old appearances and stuff from like the real old comedians. Maybe that you just got in on the back end of, but like
Red Fox is one.
Red
man.
Fox, wash your ass.
Man,
There's a great Pat Morita tells a great Red Fox story about Red kind of helping him out of
yeah,
a real jam.
out of a debt.
Yeah.
yeah.
And if you want to hear somebody do the absolute perfect impression of Red Fox, go find a Japanese guy named Pat Morita, and he does it better than anybody. I mean, he sounds, as you close your eyes, he sounds just like him.
And of course, Pat Morita played Mr. Miyagi on Karate Kid.
But yes, and real quick though, on the comedian thing, and I know we're gonna go, but the other one is that I go back and I've watched a bunch of the old stuff was Jonathan Winters. Have you ever watched any
yes.
of that stuff? When they just hand him a hat and he becomes this other person. I mean, just amazing.
Super
amazing.
talented, real good friends with Robin Williams. He was actually in Mork and Mindy.
He was
Jonathan Winters was.
Yeah.
And man, those are good. Okay, so that's your turn, I guess. 14.
Oh, Christmas movies.
So many good ones. But for me, I'm going to throw two out there. Die Hard is a Christmas.
It's not a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is.
It's,
Incorrect.
again.
Die Hard during Christmas.
You start out.
This
way
coming
up
from
here.
the guy. We do Christmas in Hollis almost every Christmas spectacular. Opening song of Die Hard, just so you know. But traditional Christmas movies, we'll do it your way. Okay.
No, you said it. That's fine.
Christmas Vacation's my other one, man.
Oh, that's a good one. She's a beaut, Clark.
It's the movie that keeps on giving the whole.
To me, I have a bobblehead over here somewhere in all this midst of shit that I got hanging on the walls, but A Christmas Story.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
That's because, you know why? It's
Yeah.
because you suck.
Because I suck.
Because you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie. That's why. That's why you didn't think of it. Cindy Lou Who.
Ho. Now I have a machine gun. Ho. Okay. Horror movies.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, man. Saw it in the theater.
I mean,
7 years old. 6.
yeah.
One of those. Jaws.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of people wouldn't call that a horror movie, but I mean, come on. Scared the piss out of everybody. You know?
Yeah.
I love the Friday the 13th, but I'll tell you the scariest movie I ever saw was the first Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. That was one that really, because it was such a unique concept.
Oh, yeah, somebody to get you while you sleep.
Yeah.
That's it right there. I didn't sleep for like 2 days.
Yeah, that one. And not the original, but I remember when the one of them that I really was when I'm not even going to try to do the actor's name, but the remake to Psycho.
Oh, yeah, that was Vince Vaughn.
No.
not
Way
the-
before then.
The remake of Psycho.
Yeah, it wasn't in the remake. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just Psycho.
The original had Anthony Perkins in it. 1960.
Yeah, no, this is definitely,
Later than that.
yeah.
Okay, then I think the next one had Anne Heche and Vince Vaughn as a remake. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not. That's a good one, though. Psycho. First movie that showed a flushing toilet. So you didn't know you was going to learn this stuff coming on, did you?
I knew it.
I bet them.
Oh, them.
Them.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't know nothing. Just kidding. Oh, what was the actor that did the It had to be in the 80s. And that's going to drive me crazy. I got to find it.
It was the Psycho franchise, huh?
Psycho 2. It was Psycho 2. I didn't realize it was a 2.
Perkins was in that.
Yeah.
For real. Very haunting. I mean, a lot of...
That guy.
Yeah, it's Anthony Perkins.
Okay.
He's the original Norman Bates.
Right.
Which I tell you, if you haven't watched Bates Motel, the TV series, very, very good. Very good.
Yeah. I started kind of watching that a little bit, and then I just, for whatever reason, stopped. But what I watched of it, I liked it.
And and that kid that played Norman in that, he's in that Good Doctor show. Same kid.
Another just horror movie though that I didn't think about was that same time as our era with Friday the 13th. And I know this is supposed to be off the top of the head, but if Halloween.
Oh yeah. That's my number 2. I would say the first one, and the second one's pretty. That hospital stuff is pretty scary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hospitals are scary enough. Just
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at The Godfather. I mean, hell, that hospital scene was eerie. So horror movies, huh? Okay, up. You're next. Or did I go? I'll just read. Boxers.
Man, the boxer that stands out in my memory and that I really, really liked. I mean, obviously you got Ali, obviously you got Tyson. We could say all those, but for whatever reason, back in the day, Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes.
That was just, he was the champ. He had a jab that was like getting hit with a 410 fucking shotgun in the head, man.
That's interesting.
He was
you say
so
that.
fast.
I saw a recent list of the top 10
Just thought he
heavyweights.
was really underrated too.
He was ranked number 2 overall.
Wow.
Ever.
He was so good, man.
And it was somebody that was credible. And he gave reasons like the body of work. He's like, listen, on any, and he said, hey, it doesn't mean that this guy, that Larry Holmes could be Ali in his prime. And he said, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that at any given moment or their career, Ali was first and Holmes was second. Lennox Lewis was third on the list.
Wow.
Something like that because of the body of work. But you say him, and for me, a first introduction, it was Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah. The whole Olympics and
versus Hagler and versus Hearns. Tom Hearns.
There was Duran.
Oh yeah.
Those wars he had with Duran.
There were some
Jesus.
Tough. That was and I remember Sugar Ray Leonard, and I remember my dad saying, well, there was a Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah.
Of course, never got to see him, but he was apparently pretty
oh, absolutely.
This is a topic.
And they fought like once a month.
Yeah.
Not once every 3 years like they're doing now.
Well, you can fight every 3 years to make $100 million.
Yeah, exactly.
These other guys are boxing paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. Top Olympic moment.
Oh, wow.
We're in the link for this episode will come out later, but it is currently 2024 Paris Olympics right now.
I'll give 2. I'll give a summer and I'll give a winter.
Great.
Because there's both of them are that equally. The winter moment was, and probably the top moment because I was watching it as it happened. Al Michaels calling it the Miracle on Ice.
Oh, that's a good one, man.
And then for the Summer Olympics, I'd have to say, Mary Lou Retton.
Oh yeah, 1984.
Sticking that landing and hurt, being carried off. I mean, that's as iconic as it gets.
I think the moments that I remember the most, the 1988 100-meter final. Ben Johnson won and then was disqualified for steroids. And Carl Lewis was the favorite.
Yeah.
And came in second and got the gold. So that's my
was that before or after he sang the national anthem?
That was before. that was before. And for the winter one, There's two.
Did he go to rehab?
He needed to. Him and that girl that just did the All-Star game.
Oh my God.
Lord help us. She said she was drunk. Surely.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
I bet her publicist was like, listen, you were drunk and you're going to rehab.
Yeah.
Otherwise your career's over. Winter Olympics. The one that I remember, I don't remember the year, but it was the year that they had this scandal for the pair skating. And I was watching it, and Meg and I were watching it, and I was watching it, and the Canadians just killed them. The Canadian pair skaters were just incredible. And they gave it to the
Russian judge. Yeah.
The Russian judge. That's a moment that stands out. Meg really likes figure skating. I have a whole issue with it because I don't think it's a sport. But neither here nor there. It is a sport. But just to interject, I don't like sports where
just keep talking.
Judges make the final decision.
Time this is over, you'll be under. You'll be buried.
Sports canceled. I don't like when a judge gets to decide. And in every other sport, you're taught to not leave it in the judge's hands, right? So, yeah, I could see that. And as a point, it's like the argument can be made that, okay, boxing's judges, but boxing can also be decided
right
before the judge you had an opportunity to decide it before the judge got a hold of it. But you don't have that opportunity. But I've learned as I've matured that certain sports you just can't, there's no direct head-to-head competition. Yeah. So there has to be something. But those are my two. That was Olympic moments. Let's keep it going. College football team. Best you ever saw.
Oh, the best I ever saw?
I'll just go throw that in there. I mean, otherwise it's going to be UT and the end of it. But the best team you ever saw.
Oh, wow. Man, I can't remember the year, but it would probably have to be one of those, probably that Nebraska team.
Absolutely.
With Tommy Frazier.
1996.
At quarterback. I mean, my God.
95-96. They beat Florida in the national championship game like a high school team. It was embarrassing.
Beat them like a drum.
They had Lawrence Phillips at running back. Now I don't think he got to play in that game because he got suspended or something. But he was on that team. And then I think Amon Green was on that team. But man, that was a bunch of men playing with boys that year. That's the best team I ever saw too.
Yeah, I mean,
top to bottom.
There was 10 years, 15 years there, you didn't talk about college football without saying Nebraska.
Tom Osborne. Yeah. Same for me. So, basketball team, best you ever saw. College.
I don't know if it's the best I ever saw, but it's the one I remember the most because, back before you had cable TV and all that stuff. I mean, that's obviously, I've said that story many times. It's how I become a Cubs fan, right. Being able to watch baseball in the day.
Because everybody got WGN.
After you came home from school. But what really turned me on to basketball was when ESPN got the Big East package.
Oh, yeah.
And they started showing Big East games. And the one I remember the most was, I believe, was it 82? Maybe it was 80 or 84. I come probably completely wrong, but that Villanova team that won the national championship. For whatever reason, I remember that one. Just because I watched them I got to see so many of their games that whole season, and Georgetown was the best.
Well, that's who they beat.
Yeah, and you had the little guys, Providence, and you had the little coach Raleigh Massimino, who looked like Danny DeVito with Einstein hair. He'd just go lose his fucking mind and about pull his hair out on the sidelines. I believe it was 88.
I think it was 88 because that was the year that we lost the Olympics basketball in 88. That's why they did the 92 Dream Team, because we got beat. and John Thompson was the coach of that team. And I want to say 87, 88, because Georgetown did win one, but they lost one to Villanova. But that Big East, you're talking about that. You always had St. John.
85.
Oh, was it?
It's 85.
Okay, so 85. Wow.
Then an 85 victory as an 8 seed remains the lowest seed to win the title.
Wow. Man, I wouldn't have said 85, but I guess that makes sense. Best college.
We got cable in 82 or 3.
Okay. The best college basketball team I ever saw didn't win the championship, but that was that UNLV Running Rebels team that got.
Oh, yeah. Stacey Augmon and Larry Johnson.
Yes, man.
That probably is the best team.
I didn't like them. I hate them.
Yeah.
But, man, nobody wanted to play that team. So,
no.
Basketball. The top athletes you hate. This is who's the athlete that you hate the most? I know mine 100%. Not even close. Hate this bastard. I'd tell him right to his face. If I'm telling you right now, me and this guy, we're fighting. He's 70. He's going to whip my ass, but I'm coming out of that with a couple of shots at him.
But you got to,
Oh, I've talked it up now.
Yeah.
Bill Lambier.
Oh,
fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's that wasn't the first one that came to my mind, but man. That's totally, I'm in 110% agreement with you as far as the burning flame of white hot hatred I have for the man. No, the A-Rod.
Oh God, yeah. And here's where this is one thing about the Yankees we agree on. I despise A-Rod.
He's lower than
when the Yankees traded for him and they paid him. Of course, in nowadays money, it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but obviously great player, but I hate the bastard. I hate him. And then he married J-Lo, and I really hated him then. Dude, I don't even want to talk to you. That's a really good one.
He started the steroid controversy, and we still have to listen to him to this day with his big, pink, pillowy, I don't want to say the rest of it, lips, and you know what he does with them. Fuck him.
I hate him.
Piss on him.
That's a good
and piss on Rob Manfred for not fucking doing something. Well, he blackmailed baseball. That's what he did, and that's why he's still around the sport, basically.
I don't... it'd be hard for me to put a baseball player in my most hated list, but boy, if I was going to pick baseball players, it'd be that sumbitch. I hate him. He's one of them. I hate Robin Ventura too, just because he charged the mound on one of my heroes and got his ass beat. Okay, so
he repeatedly. You got to know your game plan's wrong when you repeatedly hit someone in the hand with your face as many times as Robin Ventura did Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, A-Rod's a good one. Okay, mob movies.
Oh, this is no-brainer. Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, yeah. I'm going to say Godfather, but it's just by a hair.
Yeah.
I love Goodfellas, too.
Either one. You can't, can't go wrong with either one.
No, you really can't.
The first thing, all my life, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Yeah.
I go from rags to riches.
But you're a funny guy.
Yeah.
Funny how?
What do you mean funny?
Apparently,
like I fucking amuse you?
He winged that. It wasn't really scripted like that.
Yeah.
And man.
Yeah, he ad-libbed it.
Pesci's something else.
I've heard interviews with Liotta saying that he was like genuinely like, what's this guy doing? Is he really pissed off?
Well, and of course, Goodfellas is not so loosely based on a real story.
Yeah,
Henry Hill.
Yeah,
Hank Hill.
For sure.
Hank Hill. And I've read the book, and the actual guy that Pesci was playing, the character is crazier than they even let on. He was an absolute lunatic.
Oh yeah.
Superheroes. I'm a big comic book guy. Had a store, still have an online store. This is a hard one for me. Yeah, it's.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and the reason why is if you got Disney Plus, I just discovered a week or so ago that they had all 34 of the Marvel movies, but they're from it's the timeline. So it's not in how they were released or how they came out, but
no,
if you
universe timeline,
right? And I forgot, and I've started watching them. So I started watching them, and there's still a lot of things that
What'd they have at first? Iron Man?
No, my guy, the one I'm going with, and I would say another guy, but Captain America, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. Timeline wise,
yeah, the first Avenger.
Yeah,
and I say that I would probably say Superman, but and not in the comic sense, because I had comics, but I didn't get into them like you did. But in that one Superman movie they redid, that Zack Snyder, and had Superman crying, that just like, Superman don't fucking cry. Are you kidding me? But I would say Captain America.
It's a good one. I grew up.
Hulk would be a great second.
Oh yeah, Hulk is Hulk. I'm a DC man at heart, so I'm going to say Superman. But Hulk is definitely 1A.
Mm-hmm. I mean, other than being green, you've got the full of rage part.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe we both do.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a lot of comedy. I was watching the Deadpool movie just in passing.
I want to see the new one.
And yeah, I heard it's really good.
I heard it was
it's great. But in the first one, Colossus is knocking Deadpool around. And I swear, this is the geekiest thing I've thought all week. I thought, you know what, man? Hulk could beat his ass.
Oh,
that's what I was.
Yeah,
I thought Hulk would beat his ass. So that's Superman and Hulk, man.
I think the best scene in the entire movie in the Avengers, the first, first Avengers, Loki's like, now wait a minute, you're noble, I'm noble, blah blah blah, and he just picks him up and just starts beating him from side to side on the floor. I laugh out loud every time I see it.
Man, I wish they'd give us a Hulk movie that was worthy of the character.
Oh, yeah.
They just hadn't done it. Okay, desserts.
Oh, man. I mean, golly. Favorite? Probably pecan pie.
Oh, man. But your mama's, though, pecan pie. Not just any pecan pie.
Well, I can't count on her to do it.
we heard that already, that story. Man, pecan pie. Crazy story.
Is great.
I didn't eat my first pecan pie till I was in my 30s. I mean, even a piece of one. It kind of grossed me out to look at it, and I was like, oh, but man, that was a mistake. That's 30 years of mistakes.
You know why that is?
Because
you're a loser.
I'm a loser. That's right. Top dessert for me, easy. Apple pie a la mode. That's realistically, I could eat that at every meal for the rest of my life and never eat anything else. Hockey players. Well, that was a different change.
I mean, Gretzky.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We weren't really hockey.
No,
people.
There's three people from back in the day that I think of when you say hockey, and I think of Gretzky, I think of Lemieux, and I think of Jeremy Roenick from the Blackhawks. So
I forgot about
Oilers, Penguins, and Blackhawks.
Yeah, I was going to say Lemieux, and maybe Brett Hull kind of comes to mind from Dallas.
Sure. Stevie Yzerman with the Red Wings.
Yeah, Red Wings.
But first one off the top of your head, I mean, if you ask 10 people walking down the street, it'd have to be I would think.
Yeah. Steve Harvey could say, we asked 100 people.
Yeah.
Name your top hockey player.
Yeah.
99 of those are going to be, and rightfully so, because that's his number. Okay, movie villains. Oh, man, this is a good one.
Villains.
Movie villains.
Oh, I mean, low down, just the absolute worst of the worst. I mean, is that what we're...
Or the impact. Hey, if you think
famous.
If you think movie villain, this is the one that struck fear into your heart.
Golly, I don't know. I don't know if there's not one that just jumps off the... I mean, the first one that came to my mind, honest to goodness, was Little Bill from Unforgiven, Gene Hackman.
Oh, man, that's
That's the first one that came to my mind because I was thinking just low down.
Boy, yeah. I mean,
but there's
so many.
I mean, there's so many ways you could qualify. But that's the first one that popped into my mind.
You know, there's been such a push in the last 50 years to kind of make the anti-hero who's the villain. It's like you kind of want to side with him. The one villain I can think of off the top of my head that I never had any sympathy for was Sugar in No Country for Old Men. That represents to me the most villainous one, but I think the one that impacted me the most got to be Darth Vader.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Right. Because, but you know, there's not a Star Wars fan alive that doesn't love Vader, right? Can't happen. Nobody's like, oh, I hate Darth Vader. No way in hell, right? You love to hate the guy, but I mean, everybody wanted to be Darth Vader, did they not?
Well, and there's always, I don't know. To me, you say villain, there's no underlying qualities.
Okay, right.
You know what I mean? That's what I think of.
Well, that Sugar guy from No Country's that way.
And, you know, with who I said, you know, in Unforgiven, he was just
you wanted that sumbitch to be shot.
Dead.
Dead. He killed Morgan Freeman in the sentence.
Yeah.
Ned. Ned's not dead. Nobody killed Ned. All right. Christmas carols. This is easy for me. I know it was my most hated. Now it's my favorite. It's crazy, weird.
Well, the first one pops in my head is the Christmas song, Nat King Cole. But is that a carol?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it would be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd say Christmas.
I think
song.
Of carols. And I think
you're probably not going to sing that on somebody's doorstep,
you know.
Yeah, right. But I think Christmas songs. That's
right.
I mean, it's the name of it.
Yeah.
For me, and this was the one I hated the most as a kid. Now it's my favorite, and that's Little Drummer Boy. If you've ever heard Ray Charles do Little Drummer Boy, you know what I'm talking about. And if you hadn't, you need to hear it. A Little Drummer Boy. Unbelievable.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah. I mean, to hear him do it though, you know, I was, video games.
Me and my drum. Video games. Oh, I mean, probably Pac-Man. I mean, didn't that kind of revolutionize the everything or Mario?
Yeah, Mario.
I thought of Pac-Man first.
I think the one that I played the most as a kid was Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you get Bo Jackson, you win. In the sentence, you got the Raiders, you won. Tecmo Bowl, I played a lot of Pac-Man, though. Wasn't very good at Pac-Man, but.
No, and I'm thinking, you know, when you said that, my mind went straight to
arcade,
Food City.
All right, yeah.
Waiting on my mom to get done shopping. Yeah. And the Pac-Man.
Yeah, from a console standpoint.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's where my brain went when you asked me that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, who gives I mean, you know.
I like the Galaga.
As long as she didn't buy the damn generic, that Flavor Aid bullshit Kool-Aid, I was fine. I didn't want to be with her.
That's right.
I mean, not in the store.
Get the good Kool-Aid, mama.
Yeah. And she did.
Top NFL team you ever saw? Best.
I mean, hard pressed not to say the 85 Bears. For me.
Yeah. Boy, that's probably mine too, but let's to be different. Who would be second? I'm going to say probably maybe the 83 Redskins. Around in there. Theismann, Riggins, the Hogs on the line, Art Monk, Darrell Green. That was Redskins teams were tough.
They were.
Bears, 85 Bears would be mine too, but movie heroes. The opposite of the villains now, we go to the heroes.
Oh, man. Heroes?
So many. Golly, man.
I really don't have one that's jumped out. You know what I mean? Like just that immediate, like Pac-Man,
right?
Or heroes. Go ahead.
While you're thinking,
I'm having a little trouble with that.
The one that immediately comes to mind is a movie I didn't watch until later in life, but that's probably Atticus Finch in that To Kill a Mockingbird. Just the respect that his character demanded, that, and then probably other heroes. Yeah, golly, boy.
Yeah, I'm having a real problem with this one for whatever reason. I don't know why. Obviously.
Well, there's a big push for the anti-hero in the last 50, 60 years. So you really have to go back to find a traditional.
I'd say probably Bond.
That's a good one.
I'm a huge James Bond fan.
I love it. Who's your favorite? Good segue. Who's your favorite Bond actor?
Man, I'll tell you what. Obviously Connery, Roger Moore, you can't go wrong with any of those, but I'm going to tell you, man, Daniel Craig was a good fucking Bond.
Oh, yes, he was.
I don't know if it was just because of the quality of the movies were so much
better.
Yeah.
That's got a lot to do with it.
Maybe that does, but I'd be hard. You think of that scene in Casino Royale. Son of a bitch, man. He was, and Skyfall was great, where he went back home and all that. I'm going to go with the new guy. I'm going to say Daniel Craig.
That's a good choice. Oh,
how about you?
I like Daniel Craig, but I'd say for me, the one that, and it's because it's the one that was a kid, that's probably Roger Moore. Man.
Yeah. Well, I was getting ready to say, like
Moonraker, Octopussy. I think Roger Moore. I don't know. It's a sentimental choice. Is he the best?
Live and Let Die.
Yeah.
Diamonds Are Forever. That was a very influential time too, because that was also for me, because again, we got cable in 82.
Oh, yeah.
I never watched a Bond movie before then, probably.
Right.
Unless you've seen snippets, or if your dad or your mom stopped on it long enough to watch it, because we didn't have any control over the TV.
No, that's right.
So
that was really
Roger
before
Moore
VCRs were popular. You couldn't really go get one either.
I've probably never seen a Bond movie with Sean Connery in it until I was an adult or a teenager, an older teenager.
Well,
when it would come on a rerun or something on HBO or something like that.
That's a good point. That'd be a good episode, is talking about how now we're so spoiled. You can watch anything at hand immediately.
Oh yeah,
nearly. And man, when the VCR came into the house the first time, I was like, whoa,
yeah,
we can get anything. So that was
titties.
Yeah. Hey. We didn't say that. Top ice cream flavor.
I'd say pralines and cream.
Oh man, that's a good one.
You don't find it enough.
No, you don't.
They don't make it that much anymore. I guess probably because it's expensive to make.
I'm sure it is. Butter pecans, mine.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's my favorite. I told you, best. Listen, here's an ad for you. Best ice cream I ever had in my life is Sugar Queen Creamery.
Oh yeah,
on Chapman Highway. Listen.
Yeah, you were saying that last week.
And I'm an authority on ice cream. I just tell you right now, that stuff is good stuff. Well, that's the end of our list. But anyway, anything else you can think of that we can okay, well, we talked about this.
Well,
cigar brands. What's your you only get to pick 5 brands the rest of your life. Who you smoking? I'll pick different ones. Let's pick 10 different ones.
Oh, well, Garcia.
Okay, well, that's Garcia. That's my father.
That's my father. So, yeah, I'd start out with that one.
Okay, for me, God, you started off with a boom there, didn't you? If we're saying brands, this is still Garcia, but La Aroma de Cuba. That's got to be a top 5 brand for me.
I would think Padron.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would, Padron. For me, maybe Oliva. I like the Melania that much.
Well, they're so affordable. I mean,
consistent.
And, they're very consistent. So that's 4. You know, I would say, and we're talking about the whole portfolio. I'd say AJ.
Oh, yeah. Well, Perdomo.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 3 definite Perdomos that I really like. 4, actually. So, yeah.
But they don't make anything I don't like.
No.
That's the thing.
No. No. So that's 6. I'd say you'd have to say Fuente.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Golly, Fuente, who am I going to say then?
That's 7.
Yeah, it's getting down to the nitty gritty now where you got to really concentrate on it. I don't want to leave anybody out that's trying to go through my humidor in my head. God. Damn, that's just how
Or to Nicaragua.
Yeah. Would that be in my top 5, though? I said Perdomo, La Aroma. Who else did I say?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
You're all we want to hear. Jesus, man. Ashton.
Okay.
Got the VSG, got that Ashton Maduro, which might be the best Maduro I ever had. It's certainly up there.
I have to stick with Hoya.
Okay, and then I
like that. I like the Antonio Connecticut. I like the regular Antonio. I like the silver. Of course, these are limited ones, but the Uno, the Dos Cicadas. I'd have to say.
Okay, then I'm going to say, I had it and I just lost it. You said, what'd you just say?
Hoya de Nicaragua.
I said Ashton before that. Wow, man. Said Oliva, Ashton, God.
Yeah,
I guess going to have to go with Drew Estate. Probably, I'll pick one of their. I'll say I want to say Undercrown.
Undercrown 10. That'd be the only.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a few more. I mean, obviously they got a lot more good cigars, but ones that really trip my trigger are probably that Norteño and Undercrown 10.
Oh, I know the brand I'm going to go with. Hell, EP Carrillo.
Yeah, there you go.
EPC. That's my top 5 for sure. especially lately. I don't know. I'm just into that lately.
Yeah. Was that 9 or 10? Did we get 10?
We got one each left. You got one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're at 8. We're at 8.
Well, let's see.
Well, no, maybe I went first. I guess we're at 7. This is your 8th. 4th, rather.
I don't know. I had AJ. I had Padron.
Mm-hmm.
I had Hoya. And I said Fuente.
Yeah, and I said La Roma, Ashton,
Perdomo,
and whoever I just said. I don't remember.
Drew Estate. So who you just said?
Is that who I said?
Yeah. So that's 8, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, I said EPC. That's who I said.
Yeah, that's right. So I think there's just one left.
I've got 4. I started, so you've got 3 in, I guess, right?
No, I got 4.
All right, so you started. I've only done
4. So I'm
4.
saying we got 1 each.
1, okay, yeah.
Total of 8.
Yeah.
Said it. Trying to think of something that's got not just a stable or not just a favorite, but has a
multiple favorite.
A multiple, a stable of cigars under their thing that you would like. And I've just not smoked enough of the LFD stuff to.
No, I haven't either. I like them. I like what I smoked, but I don't have enough repertoire under my belt with them.
But yeah, I'm having trouble.
Well, I'm going in my mind down like it in the humidor at a store and trying to figure out. But man, gosh, well. Everyone we've named has had multiple cigars that I like, right? So, man, I'm at a loss here, really. CAO, I like some of CAO's stuff, but if I want to put that in my top 5 brands that I can't ever get anything else, I don't know if I'd do that or not.
So I'm trying to look around and see if I got any hints.
Yeah.
My father. Golly.
Said AJ.
I said AJ, Padron, Fuente.
Hoya.
I need one more, right?
Yeah, and I do too. And I'm having a hard time. This is harder than it looks, Well,
I'm still trying to be greedy too. I'm still trying to think of something that's got multiple cigars. But I will say you said Oliva too.
Yeah. I like the G, I like the V, Melano Maduro. So yeah, there's 3 or 4 there I really like. I'm kind of drawing a blank on cigar brands. It's kind of silly, but
yeah. Well, I'm just going to throw. Let's see here. You said Perdomo, didn't you? You did. I mean, that don't mean we can't have the same ones.
No, it doesn't. I was just trying to see if there's something that I could see that I really like that I forget about. Because we smoke so many, I forget Oh yeah, man, I really like that. I mean, like here's Alec Bradley. I got a couple of Alec Bradleys I like, but I don't think I'd put Alec Bradley up there.
No way.
With my with what I like.
No.
Gosh, man.
Well, I just have. Huh. That's
maybe Romeo. You know,
I'm going with Romeo.
Yeah, Romeo.
There's enough stuff there to choose from. You had to like something. I mean,
yeah, and we talked.
You got the Real, you got the vintage Romeo, you got the Nicaraguan, you got the Romeo by Romeo, which is a pretty good stick. I mean, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Or I could replace it with and just do the one that Monte Cristo 1935 Nicaraguan.
Yeah, and I mean you're going to be able to find some stuff in the Monte Cristo line that you like too. You know, I'm gonna go old school with it because I like a lot of them, but I'm gonna say Punch probably.
Oh wow!
Because I like that Diablo a lot.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
A good one.
I like
Knuckle Buster and the Corojo's a good one.
Their standard, they can't. Well, I don't know if they still make it anymore or not. But they used to make a standard just Punch Maduro. I really liked. There's probably people screaming at our screen right now. Say Rocky Patel.
Fuck
Rocky. A lot of people like Rocky. I'm not a big fan.
He's too inconsistent for me.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple sticks he makes.
Foundation's a good one. I like the chart oak stuff. But I would say, God, what did I say? You said Romeo. Fuck. I'll say CAO because I like the Brasilia a lot. I like the MX2 quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
There are, I don't smoke flavored cigars, but I have had theirs. They're pretty good. They're called, they're different colors.
They have several different ones. That Moon Trance is one.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. I'd say that. I'll say CAO. I feel like that. I'm just out of options, but I mean,
yeah. Well, again, I think you're trying to think of multiple.
Yeah, Punch or CAO.
Multiple cigars. The HVC wouldn't be a bad one.
No, that wouldn't be a bad. I mean, really, if you go that route, you could get under an umbrella of the Garcia family and have 5 different brands.
Because HVC's got the Golden Connecticut. And the hot cakes, and then they do the Black Friday thing every year. No, take mine back. And this is because I've only had one ever, and they're so damn expensive that I would have to say Atabay.
Oh, well.
I mean, we're talking $30 cigar. And I would dare say it is Cuban. And just somehow or another, they've
figured it out.
Not told anybody.
Yeah, well. But it's funny though, they put us on a spot and it's hard to come up with 5 brands that you go, what's your favorite cutter brand?
I know, definitely probably Zycar.
For the guillotine.
Or Colibri.
Yeah, for the guillotine, Zycar's my favorite. I think it's smoother. I think it stays sharper longer. But the V-cut, that Colibri V-cut is the best one.
It's the best. Lighters, just because.
Soft flame or jet?
It's like jet, just because they're so
versatile.
Yeah.
Use it for anything.
You can use it for anything, but, Vertigo.
Yeah.
I mean, for the money, regardless if it's just for the money or anything else.
They work.
They just work.
They're made to set things
I've
on
got
fire.
one over there that's 5 years old.
Oh yeah, they work all the time.
I use it every other day.
And I stumbled upon that brand by accident because I had to get one time flying to Vegas, and they took mine. And I got one. There's a little stand at the Vegas airport, and I got a Vertigo, and I still got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
They just work all the time. So yeah, man. Well, that's a little bit about us.
Yeah.
Meet the good guys.
Yeah. So think of those lists. Think of that list and some of those questions. Put your, your favorite wrestler, sports moments, beer, Christmas movies, Olympic moments, superheroes, Christmas carols, NFL teams. Put some of your answers down in the comment section. And again, if you have any show ideas or know of anything you want to ask us or something that maybe you think might make a good podcast here for the good guys, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Like, subscribe, share it with your folks. I cannot stress this enough. It's free, it's easy, and it really does help us if you like and subscribe. So, you want to do another one?
Absolutely.
All right, folks, you heard it here. That's one more for the good guys. Cheers. You either is or you ain't. You do or you don't. You can or you can't. Or you will or you won't. Either way, baby, a good man, well, he's hard to find.